So in earlier class we discussed about we given the explanation for the discovery of cathode rays and the discovery of electron. So the first we see about the again we see briefly about that experiment and also about the operators. So what was the experiment they done is so what is the experiment? The experiment name is the experiment is a silent electric discharge. Sorry. So silent electric discharge. So what do you mean by silent electric discharge? Means causing high voltage. So what is the voltage they used? That is 10,000 volts. Causing high voltage through a gas at low pressure. So what is the pressure they maintained? 0.01 mm of Hg. So the passing high voltage of current through a gas at low pressure is called a silent electric discharge. Okay. Then what is the operators they used? So what was the operators? The operators they used is known as discharge tube. Okay, so what is the discharge tube? Already yesterday we given the diagram. You need to draw the diagram again. Okay, you have to draw it again. So what is the discharge tube means? It is a tube so made up of glass. Next, it has an arrangement to maintain required pressure in the tube. Okay, that is at one place it is connected to the vacuum pump to maintain the required pressure in the experiment. Okay, write down. So why you are writing separately means it is a very important experiment. And we see some more point about the operators, because in future classes you are not going to explain about you are not going to listen about this discharge tube. So next, at two ends electrodes are connected. Electrodes are connected one end is, so at two ends electrodes are fixed or electrodes can be arranged. Okay, electrodes are arranged. Okay, not connected. Electrodes are arranged, and one end is connected positive terminal, and other one electrode. Here one end means one electrode. Okay, and other one electrode is connected to negative terminal. Okay, negative terminal of battery. So what is the battery needs? Here we are using a high voltage. For high voltage it is a compulsory to get a battery or any electrical source. So the positive terminal is called the electrode that is connected to positive terminal is called anode. Okay, so let's see the electrode which is connected to negative terminal so is called cathode. Okay, next so these are the main arrangements. So this was about the arrangement of about the apparatus. Okay, write down fastly. Okay, from tomorrow I am not going to give the notes in this class. Okay, but we have the separate classroom app. I will send the perfect notes in that app regularly, or at least day by day. So in this class just we discuss the topics, just draw it. So this is the glass tube. This is a discharge tube made up of glass. There is two ends are present. The two ends are called electrodes. One end is connected to the negative, one end is connected to the positive. So we said there is an arrangement is present to maintain the pressure, to maintain the required pressure. So here it is a negative, it is positive. Always bigger line used for positive. So positive connection is called anode. Okay. So this negative connection is called cathode. Okay. So this place is for battery. So this is about silent electric discharge experiment which was taken place in discharge tube. This is called discharge tube. Okay, now we see about the experiments. Okay, so what are the observation in that experiment? Okay, so what observations takes place in the cathode ray experiment? We know that some radiations. Okay. So the radiations are moving towards anode from cathode. Okay, so the radiation, nothing but they are treated as a rays also. The radiations are moving towards anode from cathode. Radiations are moving towards anode from cathode. Okay, so they named as cathode rays. Okay. They named as cathode rays. Okay. So next, it is also observed that the cathode rays are moving only in the straight direction without any deflection. Okay. So cathode rays itla move aitunayi ante so straight line ga move aitunayi. అంటే సో దాంట్లో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఏం అరేంజ్ చేయనంత వరకు దాంట్లో స్ట్రైట్గా మూవ్ అవుతున్నాయి. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో అబ్జర్వ్డ్. సో దే మూవ్డ్ స్ట్రైట్లీ without any deflection. But it takes place only in the absence of a electric field, magnetic field. Magnetic fields. Okay, so these observations also treated as the properties, the characteristics of cathode rays also. Because the cathode rays also moving towards anode from cathode, they named as cathode rays. They moved straight direction without any deflection. It takes place only in the absence of electric field and magnetic field. But what happens in the presence of electric field and magnetic field means there is some deflections takes place. Yesterday we saw the experiment. సో మనం ఏ ఫీల్డ్ అప్లై చేయడంసేపు ఓకే, సో ఏదైనా ఫీల్డ్ అప్లై చేస్తే అంటే ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ అప్లై చేసిన ఈ రేస్ సో ఇలా పోయే రేస్ ఏమవుతాయి అంటే సో దే బెండ్ అయిపోతాయి. సో ఇలా బెండ్ అవ్వడం ఏమంటామంటే దిస్ కాల్డ్ డిఫ్లెక్షన్. సో మన ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఏ పెట్టకపోతే స్ట్రైట్గా అయిపోతాయి. బట్ ఇన్ ద ప్రెజెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ పెడితే డిఫ్లెక్షన్ వస్తుంది. అయితే ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ పెడితే ఏ డైరెక్షన్లో డిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతుందో, మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ పెడితే ఆ డైరెక్షన్ ఏమవుతుందంటే opposite direction. Deflections are opposites. మొత్తం మీద ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ పెట్టా మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ పెట్టా డిఫ్లెక్షన్స్ అవుతాయి. They get deflected in the presence of electric field and in presence of magnetic field. So what is the main thing we need to observe is the deflection directions. The deflection directions in electric field, magnetic field are in opposite. Okay. The deflection directions. The deflection directions are the deflection direction is okay opposite using electric and magnetic fields. Okay. So this is the main, these are the main important points of the cathode rays. So one more important point about the cathode rays is, so మనం cathode rays ని actually second point లో రాయాల్సిందే మనం. So cathode rays, so what you are expecting the charge of cathode rays, they are positively charged or they are negatively charged? Simply we can say they are negatively charged because they are moving towards the anode. Anode అంటే positive terminal. So positive terminal side move అయినాయి అంటే, so obviously they are itself they are having negatively charged. So simply we can say cathode rays are negatively charged. Okay. So actually the second point రాస్తే better ఉంది. Cathode rays are negatively charged. Why you are concluding this means as they are moving towards anode. So anode side direction side వెళ్తున్నాయి కాబట్టి we simply say they are negatively charged. Okay. Next, it is also important. They consist of negatively charged particles. They consist of negatively charged particles. Okay, they are itself negatively charged. They consist of particles. So negative charged particles ఉంటే దాంట్లో already they are negative charged అంటే they consist of particles. That particles are simply negatively charged. So they consist, means cathode rays are consist of negatively I am using the shortcut, don't be confused. Negatively charged particles. So here important, the negatively charged particles are treated as electrons. Why they are treated as the electrons means, why they are directly treated as the electrons? Because the nature of cathode rays, and the nature of this negatively charged particles, the nature of cathode rays are independent of the gas, and cathode material used in the discharge tube. Okay, it's a simple point but it is a totally key point. మన total చెప్పిన discussion కి main key point ఇది. Okay, so there is the nature of cathode rays are independent of the gas and the cathode material used in the tube. So మనం gases తీసుకున్నాం. So cathode discharge tube లో we use the different gases. So actually they used the gases. So different gases తీసుకుని experiment, next cathode different material తీసుకుని experiment చేస్తే he observed the cathode rays for every time. The different gases తీసుకొని different cathode material తీసుకొని they done the experiment for many times. At all times they got the cathode rays which are having same nature. Okay, and that they also all are consist of negatively charged particles which are having 100% identical in all that experiments. Okay, So A type of material తీసుకున్నా, A type of gas తీసుకున్నా, they got the same type of particles. That's why therefore we can say, therefore they concluded that the negatively charged particles of cathode rays are treated as fundamental particles. Fundamental particles, and they named it as electrons. Electrons. Okay, so this is the discovery of cathode rays, nothing but the discovery of electron. So generally discovery of cathode rays William Crookes and some books the discovery of electron is named as J.J. Thomson. So it is differ by books. Okay, generally in higher classes books it is given that electrons were discovered by J.J. Thomson, but in our book there is no perfect information is there. So this was about the discovery of electrons. Okay, it was also found that the negatively charged particles are having a perfect mass and electric charge. Okay. The negatively charged particles possess a definite mass. Possess a definite mass and electric charge. Possess a definite mass and electric charge. So these are the properties of cathode rays. Okay, now so these are also treated as electrons discovery. Okay. Now separately we see some points about the electrons. Okay, so see the characteristics of electron. This right. So see the characteristics of electrons. So with the help of all these experiment observations and discussions, we can conclude some points about the electron. So simply we can say electrons are negatively charged particles. Okay. And they possess definite charge. they possess definite mass all atoms of elements contain electrons therefore they treated as fundamental particles. Okay. So next one more main point, that is so we write like a table. So the mass of electron. So here we need to remember these values. Okay, always we need to remember these values, sir. So as long as we are in studies, it is compulsory to remember the charge of and the mass of electrons, even in chemistry, physics. Sometimes it is also used in mathematics. So the mass of electron is very less. It is a negligible mass. It is a negligible mass, generally treated as 9.109 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kilograms. It's a very less mass. Okay. Next, this use in grams. Minus 28 grams. It is also given in atomic mass units, that is 0.00054 atomic mass units. Atomic mass units. So generally the mass of electron treated as a negligible mass. It is also compared with the mass of hydrogen. We know that what is the lightest element? The lightest element is hydrogen. Among the all elements, what is the lightest element is hydrogen. So in hydrogen the one atom తీసుకుంటే one atom mass లో 1837 parts చేస్తే ఎంత అవుతుందో, so that is equal to the mass of electron. So hydrogen lightest atom. So ఆ atom లో one atom mass ని 1837 parts divide చేస్తే you will get very small mass, that is the mass of electron. So why you are comparing this means so electron mass is treated as a negligible. Why it is treated as a negligible means because of this. So it is 1 by 1837. In some books it is also maybe given 36 or 38 or simply it is given 1800. No need to confuse. So 1 by 1800, 1836, 37, 38, no worry about it. Okay, it is 1 by 1837 times of mass of one hydrogen atom. Mass of one hydrogen atom. Okay, means generally it will treat as the negligible mass. It is also known as 1 by 1837 atomic, 1 by 1837 atomic mass units means nothing but you will get this value. Okay, no need to write again about the AUs. So this was about the mass of electrons. Okay. Next we see about charge of electron. Okay. So what is the charge of electrons? We know it is a negatively charged. Here we are talking about the absolute charge of electron. So the charge is negatively charged, that is 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Okay, minus, it is a negatively, it is indicates the electrons are negatively charged. So what is that quantity means? 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs, and it also equal to minus 4.8 into 10 to the power of minus 10 electrostatic units. What is the relative charge? Relative charge is taken as minus 1. So relative charge means it is not the exact charge. It is a comparing with the protons. మనం protons, electrons, different particles తో కంపేర్ చేస్తే సో ఎలక్ట్రాన్ చార్జ్ -1 యూనిట్ తీసుకుంటాం, అదే ప్రోటాన్ చార్జ్ +1 యూనిట్ తీసుకుంటాం. సో దట్స్ వై ఇట్ ట్రీట్ యాజ్ అ రిలేటివ్ చార్జ్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చార్జ్ మీన్స్ -1.602 10⁻⁻19 coulombs and -4.8 into 10⁻⁻10 electrostatic units. Okay, here it's very important. That is the charge conversion. So ESUs and coulombs. Okay, so actually there is one relation. So very rarely this relation is given. So this is 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 9 electrostatic units. So can you say which is higher value unit? The coulomb is very higher unit compared to the electrostatic units, because 3 into 10 power 9 ESUs kaliste, that is equal to the 1 coulomb. Means 1 coulomb is a very big unit compared to the electrostatic units. It is a very rare given value. You have to remember it. So these are the explanation about discovery of electrons. Okay, so tomorrow we see about the discovery of anode rays, nothing but discovery of protons. So just now I am saying from tomorrow we are not going to give a perfect notes, just we give the explanation. We give the perfect explanation, no doubt in it, but the perfect notes you have to write not in your own. Try to write your own, but we give the notes in your classroom app. Okay.